All right, so we're going to end off with Hebrews. We're going to end off with non-Hebrew slaves. So Leviticus 25, verse 44 to 46 tells us about non-Hebrew slaves, or foreigners, what they were called. Now, these slaves were called bondmen and bondmaids, or foreigners, or strangers. It says, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you. For them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begot in your land. And they shall be your possession. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another. So what it's saying here is that, unlike the Hebrew slave who only worked for 6 years and was able to be let go in the seventh, even if their debt wasn't paid, the non-Hebrew slave, the foreigner, the immigrant, had to work forever. And not only would they work forever, but they were passed down from the father to the son. They were given as an inheritance from one generation to the next. Poor immigrants that came from other nations outside of Israel were taken as slaves because they had no money. They needed help. One, they did not go free, and they were passed down from one generation to the next. Also, there were nations who had slaves, and they didn't treat their slaves in this way. They treated the Hittites, the Perizzites, all the ites treated their slaves the way that is found in American slavery. So they would run away. When they ran away from Israel, there was a law that said that they could not send them back to where they came from, but they had to actually accept them. And it's something that's going on today, where there are people who are trying to escape slavery or escape persecution, and we're closing our doors to them. It's actually biblical for us to let them in. Now, they didn't receive an option for slavery. The reason why they didn't receive an option of being released from slavery is because these foreigners came from pagan lands. So if they were left to their own devices, they would fall back into paganism. They weren't given the option for freedom, because if they were given the option for freedom and left to their own accord, they will fall back into paganism.